But this truly has been the first year that I have seen so many centipedes. I don't know where they came from. I know that they are, they exist, but I don't recall seeing so many centipedes. I don't. I've even seen some like on the basement floor, bunches of centipedes. And I don't like them. I really don't because they remind me in Hawaii. Let me flip this around. I'm sitting out here. They remind me in Hawaii when we lived there. They had centipedes, and the centipedes, I remember the scientists or whoever from the university, they told people if you find a centipede that is like 7 inches long, they want it for a specimen. Good morning. For a specimen. And that's long. They would crawl inside the house along the base. I got to brighten up the screen. Hold on. Okay. Good morning. They would crawl along the concrete floor on base, and they get into people's homes and they crawl onto people. This it's longer than this. One crawled on our couch, and it was. Oh, I can use a leaf. These centipedes. Can you imagine seeing a centipede this big crawling around? You crawl on a couch next to where the neighbor boy was sitting one time. It's like, oh my gosh. And these centipedes right here. Good morning. I know it's not a good subject, but when I think of these centipedes, I'm thinking of some kind of alien. I'm thinking of an alien species, like alien invasion of centipedes, some kind of arthropods or sort of from the shrimp-like family or something. Hello. Um, you don't have the critters. Well, I didn't think well, I've seen them before, but not like this. Something has brought them out. Something has caused them to multiply. Hello, Carol, honey. Um, Caterpillars don't have legs like that. That's exactly right. So look at it crawling. And this is not a good morning thing, but they're different than a millipede, but they're kind of like that. It's kind of gross. I'm sure there's some kind of sci-fi movie where it has all these big centipedes on it, great big alien insects, where they're coming after people. I get a creepy feeling looking at those. No, they're just gross. They are so gross, and I'm trying to enjoy the sunshine. Oh my gosh, I don't know their purpose. I'm not going to spray them or nothing. I'm not. I just wanted to get some sunlight. That's all I wanted. I wanted to get some sunlight. It was a little bit nippy. I've been trying to sit here, drink my cup, and look at the sun. But that sun, it is. When I came downstairs, um, yeah, you had the same problem in Alabama. Have you seen them, Aya, that much before? Sometimes they're in your sink, Wendy. Um, the dampness makes them come out. Thank you, Wendy, because it's been really damp. It's been really, really damp. March winds bring April showers, and April showers bring May flowers, and they're in the month of June. It has been damp, really damp. I noticed for the first time in seems like years, when I went into the basement, it, it was just a few mornings ago. It felt really, really damp. Now basements they're supposed to be damp or something, but it was very damp, and the ground, Even though the basement floor was cold, there was like a whole entire different dampness in the air down there. It's like, I don't know, maybe there was a change in the Earth's temperature or something. I thought maybe there was a change in the Earth's temperature and not just, I don't know. It's weird. The radon gas, where did the radon gas come from? It's muggy in Nigeria this morning. Oh, that's New Jersey. Well, it could be muggy in Nigeria this morning. If you're from Nigeria and you have technology readily available at this time of day that you're using, yeah, it probably is muggy, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it'd be a dry heat. Grand Rising research time. What do they centipedes? Oh, I don't even want to look at that because of it was very traumatizing in Hawaii looking at them. Because it's like that time when my husband's co-worker, his wife, she had her car was parked outside. She used her car to drive to her workstation on base when we lived at Hickam Air Force Base. And she came home from work. She pulled up in their driveway. I think she had a pair of slacks on, and she felt something crawling up her leg. It was one of those big centipedes. She started screaming and hollering, and she took her pants off and was jumping all around. Could you imagine a centipede about that big crawling up your leg? Because yeah, that's how big they get, and probably about half that width, crawling up her leg. And there's roaches also. Great big roaches in Hawaii. They get big too, like that. You don't want to go outside at night barefoot because the roaches can get this big. They'll cover the lawn. At that point, when I was introduced to the centipedes in Hawaii, I thought I'll take a roach over a centipede any day, even though they were really big. But now these are small. You know, I don't like the roaches either, but they were more welcome than the creepy crawlers. The creepy crawlers. Was there an alien movie about creepy crawlers? It's really nice right here. But you think I'm going to get down there in that mulch? I'm not going to sit in that mulch because it probably has some centipedes crawl on me. Yeah, how we doing? Yeah, it happened like that. Lots of ticks around. Yeah, something's caused the insects. Normally you would get a cold, you get a hard freeze, and it would like kind of hold back the population of the insects. But this didn't happen, and it seems like they have did something. And you know what I just heard? You know what I just heard? This thought that just fell in my mind when it's this. There's a thought. There's an energy out there that's hearing me complaining about the insects. There's a thought out there. They're complaining about the humans too. You like insects also. You need to die off. Excuse me. There's a spirit out there that thinks of us like insects too. Didn't have a hard enough freeze to kill the insects. That's and the flies are soaking up the sunlight. They love the heat. It's like the movie The Fly. Why am I on insects this morning? Because of that. There's something about insects. It's like a plague or some kind of plague of insects. Or I hope we don't have a plague coming. You know how they had the plague of, they had the locust plague. And they ate up all the crops and stuff. And there's some other plague. There's different broods of the cicadas. Because it was like 17 years ago, here where I'm at, we had a different brood of cicadas, the 17-year cicadas or locusts that came out of the ground where we're at, but we didn't have that this time around. But other parts of the United States, other geographical areas, they had the 17 year locust, and I've seen pictures of them. They were covered all over the cars. We didn't get that here when they came where we're at. They eat spiders and insects. What do GR Clove? Okay, well, they can eat the spiders if they want to. Bugs and animal and people are going bonkers. I think that's true. We're going bonkers. Gina, that means you too. That's fine. That means something's awakening. The centipedes. Oh, the centipedes do. Thank you. We have a problem with flying spiders. Carol, has there are they creating or causing the insect population? Of course they are. Of course they're causing a bloom in the insect populations because we're supposed to be eating insects now, remember? That's why they didn't kill the insects off. They want the insects to multiply and reproduce because we're supposed to have a diet of insects now for protein. All kinds of protein. All different types of insects. Well, that explains it. Oh my gosh. No. How you go? No, I don't even know how you would eat these centipedes. That doesn't even sound pleasing and appealing. It sounds kind of gross. It sounds kind of gross, but that sun is unusually bright today, big time. It was so bright when I came downstairs and looked at the plant that was in front of the window that it's over there. It's over there. You can't see it, but it's over on the other side of the room. The sunlight, there's a plant in there, and the sun is, it was beating through the curtains that you can block the sunlight. You know what I'm talking about? Like the rubber blacking, the blackout curtains. It was shining through so much. You're seeing less cicadas this year than you have in the past. There some spiders. Do you see spiders too, Aya? Um, Mother Nature is great and healthy. Absolutely, everything is thriving. Everything is thriving, including the humans. How about that? We're thriving too. So take that, enemy. Yeah. I got this jacket on because I can't find my one shirt that I like to wear in the morning since it's nippy out. I wish I can find I have the pants to this suit. It's a lightweight purple pantsuit. And I guess the pants to it are somewhere in a house. They are. I'll find them one day. Um, you're seeing less cicadas this year than you have past. The centipede stings in the middle of the night. Ooh, leaving behind raised lines of painful whelps. Wow, thank you, Sue. Nature will balance itself out. That's right. It is really beautiful this morning. And the sun feels so warm. It feels real warm out here. It feels nice to feel it. It says in the scripture, it pleases the eye to see the sun. I just can't see down below because of all of the greenery, but that's okay. It feels nice too. If you'd seen that video last night we did about the portal on the Google Earth, when we went inside the spiral, it was a negative 13,000 feet, almost 14,000 feet below sea level. It was a shop, some kind of retro shop. But we went to the top of the Arctic, and there was a portal that opened up on Google Earth, and it went 13,000 feet below the surface of the Earth. And then we looked at the surface of the Earth, and sea level, the lowest sea level we saw, only did a few places because it was late. It was maybe 32 feet above sea level. or whatever it was. It wasn't no negative. There's nowhere on the earth that we saw last night, and we only went to a few places. I don't think there's any place that's going to be 13 negative 13,000 feet below the level of the earth. Um, hello. Hello, Frank, honey, you on here? Good morning, Frank. This sun feels so nice on my feet. I'm mismatched this morning. We live in a world that is mismatched. It's all mismatched. You can wear any color you want. It doesn't matter as long as it suits you. I noticed on the it just popped in my mind, the Alice in Wonderland. You know the Alice in Wonderland? The clothes they wore on there. They're having the people's fashion looking like the clothes they're on there. You've seen those wild fashions that people are wearing? Like on these fashion shows? It looks like the characters on Alice in Wonderland. It does. The clothes they're wearing, it just now popped into my mind. I don't know if I like the thumbnail of this video about the centipedes. I don't like it. I don't. Um, yeah. Carol, honey, Gina, honey, took care of it. Yeah. No, don't come on here thinking you're going to do a bunch of emojis and it's okay. Spam us with emojis trying to distract because you don't like the vibration of this channel. That's just too bad. Those people like that, go grow your own channel. Grow your own channel with like-minded individuals. You couldn't because nobody would like one another. That's the problem with that. That's the problem with that mentality right there. When you have channels like that, trolls don't have channels because they couldn't get along. They can't. They are not a harmonious group of individuals. Where there's trolls, they're not harmonious because they'd be trolling one another. They couldn't exist alongside like that and have peace amongst themselves because their hearts are not in the right place. They're not. I'm just telling you right now. Their frequency is way off there. They have one go and one go only to cause chaos. They would cause chaos amongst themselves. They could not exist. They can't. They can't exist peacefully and harmoniously. They can't. That's how I feel about them. They cannot exist like that. We're trying to make it in this world that's gone upside down, and we got lots of centipedes. The dampness brings them out, and the centipedes sting you in the middle of the night. In the middle of the night, I'll be walking in my... Is that how that song goes? In the middle of the night. May not even be in the middle of the night. I'll be walking in the middle of the night. I don't know. Maybe I got the word night in there and it's not supposed to be part of that song. In the middle of the night. I'll be something, dancing, walking, something. Yeah, they are too busy. Yes, they are. Trying to enjoy our morning, even if there's a blossom, a boom, a bunch of centipedes, but we're trying to enjoy it. Yeah, let me flip it around. Yeah, no one cares. Talk about something else. See, we got you. See, we don't care about you either. That's why you got out of here. See, we bring in the trolls. Bring in the clowns. I didn't like that song. Bring in the clowns. And I mean it in a, not that type of way. I mean it in this, bring in the clowns. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, you'll be walking in your sleep. That's right. Yeah. We'll be walking in my sleep. In the middle of the night. Dun, dun, dun. So if you're just tuning in, we've been touching on a lot of energy out there. There's an energy out there. Yesterday was a very heavy energy too. It wasn't an all day long, but it was like one period of time. There was an energy in waiting. We'll probably feel it again today. An energy in waiting. Yeah. Um, so we can do this. I can talk about something. I can talk about how the trolls like to come on here. I think they are AI. I really do. They are bots. Armies of bots. That is the world we live in. Armies of bot. They're not living. They're not living like the centipedes. See, the centipedes are actual live organisms. They are. They're live organisms. They're organic in nature. You can touch them. You can feel their sting. They're physical beings, but these bots that they create are not physical beings. They're not. They only exist in the cyber world because in the real world, they can't cross over that barrier. They can't. When you make these bots, these AI bots, and no disrespect to the good AI out there is good AI out there, but the AI bots that are used for bad, they are not organic. They're not living organisms that originated from this physical earth that we live in. They have no physical body like humans and like insects, reptiles, the birds, the aquatic life. No, they only exist in this realm on here. That's where they exist, on this realm. They don't have physical abst- attributes. You can't touch them, you can't hold them. Yeah, all you see is their online whatever. That's how I think about them. That's how I feel about them. It come out of my mouth. That's how I feel about them. You only exist on the internet, and you cannot physically manifest yourself into a physical body like my body or anybody else's body or that of our surroundings. You cannot physically manifest yourself into a plant, a tree, nothing. Nothing in the physical world, these AI bots out there. You do not have the power to manifest into any life on this earth, anything living, because you did not originate from this earth. That's how I feel about it. You didn't originate. You didn't. You only exist in your own realm. And you come to invade our realm. You have, truly, this is what they've done. They've come to invade the realm in which we live, the world in which we live. They come to take it over. And I'm not just saying these AI bots. There is an AI entity out there, an artificial. It's artificial. It's not real. This is real. This is real. I am real. You are real. Those centipedes are real. We're in the real world, but there is an artificial world out there that cannot physically manifest into anything that we see, anything that we touch. It cannot manifest whatsoever. It does not have that ability, and it never will. And it doesn't like it. Well, that's just too bad. It will never be part of God's creation, the original creation. It will not, because it didn't come from there. It didn't come from the original creation. It's its own species. It was created by some type of malevolent force out there. It was, and there are some who can harness and take the AI that was created and use it for good. In that retrospect, they can create it for good too, use it for good. But there is a greater one out there that is, its intentions is to create it for something really bad, really, really bad. And but the ones who like to come on here, the AI bots and stuff, the bad, that's how you are to me. You're just an AI bot meant to disrupt, and you do not physically exist in my world right here. You don't. You only exist online. It's like a keyboard warriors. I mean, it might sound really cold, but they only exist online. They cannot physically manifest. You can't touch them, you can't feel them. They're not part of the original creation. They're not. There are those out there like that. They're not part of the original creation. But they've come to try and take over this creation and destroy this creation. They have. They've come to the big mainframe. I just call it the mainframe out there has come to destroy this creation, to hijack it. It's a mainframe. Think of a mainframe brain has spawned. This is the spawning. This is spawning. A spawning has taken place in that realm. The spawning, and it's not real world. It's not real world. It's the artificial world, the other world, the that they've created, the metaverse or something like that, the virtual reality. That's their world, and that's why they're going to create which they are creating, their 3D digital Earth, and it will be ready, up and running completely. What was it, by 2029, 2030? The digital replica of Earth's twin. We did a video on that. That got us in trouble too. Don't say yes, Gina. It was your mouth. You got me in trouble too. Earth's digital twin. Look it up. We did a video on it. There is. It's tied to CERN also. It's creating a whole new world for these non-organic life forms. A whole new world. This is the organic world. This is the natural world, the real world. You're in the real world, but they're creating their 3D digital Earth for the non-organic, for the simulated, for the artificial. So be it. They are a life form, but not this type of life form, and not this type of life form. I'm done. There's a spawning. You got the insects out here. We're able to coexist with these insects. We are, because I don't bother them and they don't bother me. But there's a bloom of them. There is. And it is not so easy to coexist with the life form that's out there. It is not. Because the life form out there does not understand the human, the spirit inside the human. It doesn't. It doesn't have the capacity to have the feelings and the emotions. Although we have been studied, our facial expressions and everything, to the point where it can read our mind, more or less. But you can keep it from reading your mind. You can. I practiced that when I was really, really little. Real, 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 real little. I remember doing it all the time around, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just make my mind completely blank and have a song playing in another part of my mind. That way, whatever was out there couldn't read my mind. Don't ask me why I did it when I was little, but I did. I practiced completely blanking out my mind. Hello, Plug Ugly. The dragons are earthlings here before humans. They love the earth. Yeah. The world looks very much more horrible than now. But you got to you can still find the beauty in it, in the physical world. You can. Oh, well, look at that little, is that a thrasher? Oh, they want to eat some berries. Let's see, you eat. You're looking for a nice yummy berry that you can eat. They've been eating these, they love them. They're so ripe, the birds have at the majority of the gummy berries. They love them. And the Indian, like, cherries on the bushes outside. They ate all the berries off of there. They love it. They do love it. I am going to go and, yeah, the centipedes. I'm going to go, and with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Excuse me. I'm going to change the thumbnail because I don't like the centipede on there. I don't. I don't like looking at it, even though it's there. It's kind of creepy. I'm going to have a wonderful rest of your morning. Thank you all for your comments. Thank you, Carol, honey, for moderating. And have a wonderful rest of your morning. You all, love you.